Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Anime Royalty Radio. I'm Mr. Spud. And this episode we're talking about...
Well, I'm seduced.
Good. This episode we're talking... Here, give me a hug. Maybe you'll turn into a Zodiac.
Well, color me scared and horny.
Adorable.
No, it didn't work. We're talking about fruit baskets.
I'm already furry, so does that count?
Well, come and give him a hug, see if he changes.
She don't want to be on camera.
That's true, she does.
What about extreme stress?
Ah! Fuck you!
Nope, not an animal.
Now, here's a small issue that we have ran into. Well, that I messed up.
You did.
So when this show was originally pitched to us to watch, it was to watch the original. What year did it come out?
2001.
2001, which was only one season, 25 episodes long.
26
episodes long. I watched the new one. What, 2021?
2019.
Oh, 2019 one that has currently 3 seasons. I'm like halfway done through season 2, but I really enjoyed it. So if there's some comparison, we'll go ahead and check it out. But yeah, I messed up.
TLDR, Don heard fruit basket, Brango. Now he watched the wrong thing.
Yes.
I mean, to
In
be honest, when me and her were watching it and I was, going through, I accidentally clicked on 2019. She's like, "No, not the right one. Keep going." And I was like, "Oh, there it is."
And it's still putting episodes out, so it's showing up as like brand new. Check this out. Like it's front and center.
That's what threw me off because I just saw it. And...
I gotta say, the colors look a lot nicer with the new anime engine, though.
I imagine so.
It is a little classic looking, the original one.
It is, yeah.
It's just funny. That's when you jumped in.
Yeah. Go ahead, Vol. Tell us how you feel about this.
I loved it.
You fucking liar.
Right. What's in that taffy? What you got in there?
True serum?
No, it's not. That's not it. Okay, for once, me and Juan actually agree again. So it's not really for once, but we agree.
Again. When was the last one?
We agree for the first
I
time.
don't remember, but I know we agreed on something.
Okay. I'm disagreeing with that, but
okay, whatever. But we both really enjoyed this show, and people don't know what Fruits Baskets is. It is a slice
catalog
of
of all your favorite fruits put into one basket.
Well, then I
How
guess
do they get them all in there?
Except for the rice bowl. That one's off to the side.
Oh my god. She's about to lose her shit.
She loves it.
So in
She just
terms
doesn't wanna say
of genre or tags, if you will,
Slice
it is
of
slice
life.
of life. It is, for the most part, a reverse harem. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It was.
It is.
But in all honesty, I hate slice of life.
He really does. It's not his thing.
But I actually really enjoyed this just because I thought it was sweet.
Now,
There's a lot of characters that I actually...
There was a lot of growth.
Yes.
It was very wholesome slice of life. And when we say reverse harem, it's non-ichi. It's just slice of life.
A couple of times, same sex.
It had a few jokes. The pube joke was funny. I'll give it that one. That was really good.
I mean, yes, there is a lot of that. But to be honest, it was very wholesome. And Shigori is my favorite character.
And if you want to know
Sugar
what...
the dog?
Yeah.
Mine too.
Oh, yeah.
But
and if you want to know what cute was back in the early 2000s, this
Watch
show
this.
was cute. Like, oh my gosh. The color schemes, the ending theme song, it brought back memories of the angelic music from All Dogs Go to Heaven around the same time frame. It's just very kawaii at the time.
Really?
I 100% agree. That was one of my favorite parts about it, too.
Will you just fucking tell the truth? Do I need to read your damn text messages?
What are you talking about?
You would rather watch Gunslinger Girl than watch any more of this. I
never said that live studio.
She saw the text.
That hurts.
Somebody took my phone and was sending those hateful fruits basket texts.
He literally said that he rewards
it's a weird thing
himself.
to do with somebody's phone when you steal it, but
he literally
that's what
said that he has to reward himself after watching one show by eating a piece of candy. It's the only thing he looks forward to.
A piece of candy.
All right, so before we get off track, a little
feels
bit of
like it's
backstory.
more geared toward women with the whole reverse harem thing and the star-crossed mushy love triangle garbage.
Boom!
I'll try to power through.
Who said that? That is terrible.
LOL.
Wow. That's crazy.
He
I
was
mean, we
honest.
already touched on the reverse harem thing.
He
so
was
no
honest.
sense going
I'll
back
try to
into
power
it.
through it for Jenny.
Yeah. And
No
I did,
names.
and my opinion completely changed, and now I love it.
You're acting very sus over there.
It is one of my all-time favorite anime.
Call
currently.
a meeting. Call a meeting.
Amogus.
Sus.
But like I was saying, a little bit of backstory. So in the beginning of the show, we meet Toru. You know, she's a schoolgirl. Right now, her
Did she live in a tent in the new one?
Yes.
yes.
Oh,
I thought you
actually,
meant
yeah.
to.
She was living in a tent because
She didn't
her
wanna be a
family was
burden.
having
Such a sweet girl.
renovations being in 1,000 and
Quit lying.
And her granddad did offer for her to stay with the family, even though it was going to be a little bit of tight. But she was like, "Nah, I don't want to impose. I'm gonna live out in the woods like a weirdo, but it's okay. I'm gonna still keep going to school. No one's gonna find out that I'm living here. It turns out I'm living on somebody's property, and I'm like, oh,
Bathing in the creek. That was just crazy.
yeah."
But to be honest, when she finally did meet up with Yuki and they find out that she was living
On the property.
on the property, they didn't
And,
get
and
mad
Shigeru
about
laughed
it.
at her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sugar was like, "Oh my God, you're living out here. You're poor."
I still love him.
that
though.
was funny that he just out of nowhere before saying, "I'm so sorry," just haha, you're living in a tent.
Yes.
But after that, there is a landslide that happens, and
She
it
loses
destroys
her
her
home.
tent.
Tent's a wreck. A lot of her stuff
And
is
her
still in
mom.
there.
Yeah, has to save her mom now.
Which, before we get too deep into this, I had a feeling in the back of my mind that this was going to take a turn for the worse. I thought it was going to have that shuffle disease. The reason why is because every time she talked about her mom, and I'm hoping it was just the Japanese to English translation, but she kept speaking like her mom was still there. I know she was just talking about the photo, like, oh, mom's still in there. Like, I could understand being upset about losing the photo or having to have her mom with her at all times. But for some reason, I had this horrible feeling in the back of my head, like, she is not mentally okay, and she's going to have a mental breakdown. I just know it.
I had that same feeling, actually.
I was so scared
she
it was
was
coming
gonna-
out of nowhere.
It was going to end with her just imagining all of it. Like,
Exactly.
But
Which wasn't the case, luckily. And again, this is a lot of information to get through in just like 20 minutes or so. So, you know, again, she meets a lot of the other spirits. She goes to school. You know, she meets more of the, I was going to say of the Soma family, which most of the main family are zodiac spirits. And it's kind of like a division between the inner household and the outer household. A lot of the outer household people don't know about the zodiac spirits, but a lot of the ones on the inside do.
do they tell about the curse right off the bat?
They touch on it, and then Toru learns more about it.
Okay. So, but the curse comes off of an actual zodiac story from the Chinese where the rat lied to the cat to not show up when it was giving out the months. I can't remember the actual thing. Or
God
something.
invited all the zodiac animals to a banquet,
That's it. I'm sorry.
and then the rat lied to the cat, saying, "Oh yeah, it's actually going to be 2 days from now, not tomorrow."
So he didn't show up and he never got invited to the banquet. So the Soma family is cursed. Whichever year you were born on, you turn into the.
And the cat,
So if you were born on the year of the cat, they even touch about that.
Yuki and Kyo are the same age.
That there is no year of the cat. I think he was just cursed to have that animal form.
The cat does. Yeah. My bad.
and speaking of the cat, he really does get
Just-
a bad rap.
Just to let y'all know, we're trying so hard to keep live studio audience from losing her shit. Just because we get some small stuff wrong. Look, you should
How
get.
do you feel when someone takes your anime and you mess it and they mess it up? You've corrected me 1,000 times.
On what?
Dragon Ball.
Nope.
Gundam.
Berserk.
You know,
All of us got one.
Insert ad here.
Hellsing.
Oh, that's a good
I love
one.
Hellsing.
Yeah, we
Demon
all
Slayer.
love him.
I love Demon Slayer.
You're asking questions about Demon Slayer, so don't even go there.
Anyway, but unfortunately, the cat does get a bad rap. The previous inhabitant of the spirit, actually had to be imprisoned in a cage for the majority of his life, and then he passed. And then Yuki ended up being, or not Yuki, Kyo ended up being, you know, the cat later
Now.
on. And as a child, he transformed into this cat demon looking thing that stank.
Because it's the curse. The
And
curse.
everybody
form.
just looked down on him, except for Sensei.
Yep. He's the,
Mar-
only one
yeah.
that.
I forget his name, but he's basically the clan's martial artist master, who was also the grandson
Of the
Grandson?
grandson
of the
original.
previous cat. Yes.
Yep.
And he took him in, basically adopted him. Kyo's dad hated him for causing the death of, you know, his wife, you know, his mother, basically, and just completely disowned him, basically.
Yeah, after she
Oh my
committed
God, will you
suicide.
guys stop.
Because the one with the family curse, if
Trying to
somebody
defend the show here.
with the curse, the parents, or especially the mother, either will be super protective of the child or will never, ever accept it as her own and will either want to die or have her memory erased.
Now, I don't know how it worked out in the original, but I think the first time I heard about this or saw this was with the rabbit, Momiji.
Did I say it right?
Momiji, yeah.
Momiji. Yes,
Yeah.
his mother couldn't stand the fact that she did it and it was actually making her worse and she wasn't happy, so...
Yep.
And I was folding clothes at the time, and then he's like, yeah, the second my mom held me and I turned into a rabbit. I'm like, oh, I didn't even think about that. That must be scary as shit. Like, damn, here's your son. Oh, thanks. Why is it a rabbit now?
No, can you guys imagine how weird Hattori's mom was like? It's like, boom, oh my God, my child just turned into a seahorse.
Yeah.
Water, do I put it back in?
Do I put it back in water? Seawater? What?
Oh no, but Hattori was definitely my second favorite. Just I felt so bad for him, and Hana,
Yes.
Kana, his ex-girlfriend, and what happened. Holy crap! Like she tried to kill herself over the fact
was
that
so sad.
yeah,
So
that
super
she
sad.
supposedly
You don't
caused-
know.
Now, question, because once again, I didn't get all the way through it.
Okay.
Did we get to see Hattori's form in the original show?
Yes.
Okay, so is he seahorse in the original, or is that just a joke in the second version?
No, that's
He
that's
is a
his.
seahorse,
He's a
yeah.
seahorse.
Oh, okay.
It is considered to be a sea dragon, but
Right.
he's actually embarrassed at the fact that
He's a
little
seahorse.
He is kind of a hard ass, and that's funny that he turns into a seahorse.
Hey, I wouldn't say hard ass. I'd just say cold.
I do have one thing I want to add. We do know that he was blinded in one eye, but he did. You could never tell unless you've been told. He has no scar. He has no discoloration. He doesn't
Anime.
have like a ghost eye. It's
Anime.
But
Just don't draw.
in the original,
the bad eye.
the 2001, he always has hair covering that.
well, he
eye.
does too in the other, but there's no like scar or anything. I mean, come on, even Guts had a
So
scar. over his,
here's
right
a
eye.
question that I have. With the original, it was 24 episodes, right?
26.
26. So with the new one being up to 3 seasons now,
one of
are
them was like
they
25.
stretching it out, or are they adding more to
Well,
the original
okay,
story?
so this is one thing I have learned a lot is that you do get a lot more backstory with the manga.
So they're making it meatier,
yes,
Okay.
like Toro does not
like a
actually-
reverse Brotherhood. Instead of taking some out, they're putting some in.
Like a Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Z Kai kind of thing, or
No, Kai shortened Z.
Yes.
Made it so it didn't
So
take
yeah, like a
7
reverse
episodes.
Dragon
of-
Ball.
Exactly.
Okay, so you get to learn more about how she actually breaks the curse because at the end of the original 2001 release, she actually does not fully break the curse because there's 2 things to break the curse. The cat must find love, which he kind of does, but they never really fully say it in the original. And the cat has to beat the rat.
Now that one I do remember in the newer one, but Okito never thought that he'd be able to do it because he's never been able to beat Yuki.
Right. Now, the other thing that the manga really shows on, which I'm hoping the 2019 one shows on, is how the leader of the Soma household,
You mean God?
basically,
Okito, yeah,
yeah, shows how she
yeah.
actually
He is a she.
treats Toro, like beats her
There-
and does
There,
more.
I don't know about one, but there was a scene when it was basically like the beach episode in any anime, basically in the newer version. They all go down to the Soma beach. They're all hanging out. They're all partying. But there's like a secondary like inn or settlement building, whatever, where Okito is at, and she's like individually having each spirit go up there to spend time with her. Yeah, and then she's just kind of learning more about Toro, and at one point she just goes down there and is like, "Hey, I've been letting you have your time with them and all this stuff, but they're mine. You need to cut this shit out." And literally just claws, like just playfully just claws her face
Yeah.
after beating the crap out of Momoji right in front of her.
Okay. Now, does it also touch on what she did to Yuki
Yes, she had him locked up in solitary, basically. Didn't
and
really
beat
let
him
Yeah.
constantly? Because it is his fault that they are cursed. Well, not Yuki's, but the rats.
Mhm.
Reason
Now-
why they're cursed.
before we go more into that, we already talked about, I like, Hattori, and we both like Sugar Ray, and I like Hatsuharu, except I don't like Dark Haru. But what about you guys? Who's your favorite? And well, you know what? There's a lot of people in there, so we can
don't know.
We can do a spud.
I have several favorites.
We
Sure.
can do a spud move and say what's your top 3.
Mhm.
Fuck you.
So are you saying you don't? Ah!
I do have a top 3.
Okay, so my top 3 was Hattori, Sugar Ray, and Hatsuharu. What about you guys?
Well, I definitely like Sugar Ray, and I like Toru, but I have a tie for third place, and that is her 2 best friends. I love them. I thought they were great. Kana and Ana. Yep,
Okay.
they were awesome.
I know you're going.
Hana was a teacher.
You don't know.
Oh, I know exactly.
Which
what
one
I'm
was the
thinking.
one that was always snacking? The darker haired one. Yes,
See, I like Hana.
she's probably my favorite.
Wait,
My-
you're talking about Toru's friends?
Oh no, we're out of snacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a dark-haired girl. I forget her name, but she had like the weird wave power. And
Hana.
Uitani was the blonde-haired biker girl.
Yeah.
Yes,
The Yankee.
Yeah, the Yankee,
Yankee.
the gangbanger.
Yeah.
That's what they
Yeah.
called her, the Yankee.
Yeah.
Okay, my favorites would have to be Shiguri's my number 1 favorite.
More than Hana.
Yes, I did adore Hana, especially at the end of the original Fruits Basket, the original 2001, when she was like, "We cannot help Toro. She has to do this," and she was stopping her other friend from actually going in comforters. Like, you need to do something. Go do it.
Did they go into those two's backstories?
Nah,
No.
really.
They do in
The new one.
yeah.
Okay.
Like I'm sorry, but they go about how Uitani was a gangbanger biker chick,
Yeah.
and then she met Toru and her mom,
Right.
and then Hana was like grown up with these powers, and she didn't know how to control them. If we would just looked at her like she's dangerous, and she even like made like a kid almost die.
Do you know who she reminded me of
Who?
a lot? Saki from Zombieland Saga, the biker girl.
Yeah.
Did she not want to give you just a little bit of?
Don't
She did.
don't bring that. That's the one thing I said
But she
constantly while watching this is so far so much fucking better than that.
But she
Damn
wasn't like in
Zombieland.
your face about it. She wasn't like, "Yeah, we're gonna go take over soccer," or "Yeah, we're better than these other guys." She wasn't like that.
She
kind
was
of,
more
like,
queen
active.
about it. Get on your bikes and ride. Yeah.
Okay, my third favorite would have to be Ayami, mainly because of who voiced him.
Was that Chris Abbott?
It
Yeah.
fucking was.
Of course it was. There it is.
So
I can't help it.
how was the dynamic between Ayame and Yuki in the original?
Hilarious.
He was trying so hard to bridge a gap between him and
Okay, so it's about the same. Now, what about his relationship between Sugar Ray?
oh, the 3 oldest ones.
Yeah,
They're like best friends, but Yami would only listen to
Hattori.
Hattori. Would only listen to him.
Because I don't know about the original, but there were a lot of times in the newer one when those two were just like, "Hey, babe."
Yes, that's how they are.
They
too.
had the bromance going on constantly.
It's like us.
So,
Yeah.
another comparison question. If you don't have either one of you actually watched episodes from both of them, both versions,
I have not.
I haven't
haven't
watched
seen the new
original.
one,
Do we know if it's the same voice actors or did they get new?
Yes,
voice
I do know
actors?
for a fact that Chris Abbott does reprise his role in the new one.
Thinking,
I do know that one.
Thinking about it now, that definitely was Chris Abbott.
So I do know
I'd
that
be
one.
curious to see if all the other voice actors were similar, or if there were other returning voice actors.
Do you know Live Studio
No.
Audience? Okay, I thought maybe you might know.
Well, it being Funimation and now they reuse a lot of their assets
Right.
and people, I wouldn't.
as long as
back.
they're not dead, I don't see why they wouldn't. And that's not mean.
That's,
Just in
that's
case.
definitely something.
Wow.
we
How
check.
insensitive of you.
Shut up.
All right, what about you, Aaron?
Oh, I have to say things now?
Yes. I'm gonna start doing like you.
Number 3, Ayami, definitely. Just straight up hilarious. The jokes are subtle, and
I love his
while they can be
occupation.
a little inappropriate at sometimes, he phrases it just enough that Toru doesn't get it. Like, oh yeah, he said he works for some kind of clothing store or something like that. He said he makes fantasies come true, something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I don't know.
He makes dresses for nurses.
And
Mates.
He
he's hilarious.
walked out in a wedding gown
I love
right in
it.
front of Yuki, and he was like, "Oh, get the fuck away from me!"
Poor
And the
Yuki.
dynamic with Yuki is hilarious. Like, Yuki, I know we haven't been able to bond very well, so I demand you respect me.
And Yuki's just looking at him like,
Fuck you.
fuck you.
No, it's more like I demand you adore me, not respect.
But yeah, Ayami is definitely up there. Next is Toru because it's Toru. I mean,
Right.
she's an airhead and she's so overly apologetic about everything.
I don't deserve this.
Yeah.
I'm not worthy of this.
But
I have so many people
The story
that love
about the
me.
traveler, like, oh my gosh,
Oh
that
yeah,
is her.
that was
Like,
that was
please
bad.
destroy my life. Thank you for giving me nothing.
You know what? Just hearing that story, I'm like, this is way worse than the matchstick girl.
Yeah.
It's way worse.
So Toru is definitely up there. She's adorable, but at the
Mhm.
same time, you can't help but want to protect her because she's so ditzy.
That's one of my favorite things in the original. At the end, when she goes in front of Hishi,
Okito.
yeah, she basically is, talking to
Is it Akito or Okito?
Akito.
Akito.
It's Akito.
Akito. But when she goes in front of her, and is like, "What are you here for?" And she just goes, "I don't know." And then she attacks him, and then you see Shigori and Yuki actually come to her aid, which to me was a big thing for especially Yuki because Yuki had been terrorized by this man. She's dressed like a man because she was always
It's a constant source of fear for Yuki, like just being near Akito.
Hmm.
No, that's
I'm
close
saying yes. That's how I said it in the show.
just being near that
Akito.
character was
Akito.
enough to make
Akito.
him stand and shiver and not do anything.
right. But to see him actually get up to protect her, along with Shigori, who has always been faithful, loyal. I would say loyal.
Well, he has also had his own schemes every time,
That's why I love
like
it.
his own agenda,
That's why I love
and the way he treats his editor.
Oh, God. When she had to get the 500 thing, she's like, I don't know. And he kept leaving.
Yeah, and
I'm
then she's
so
like-
sick.
I might die.
Where are you? I'm dead.
It's like you don't have that script or that manifest. I'm just gonna hang myself. I'm just gonna kill myself in front of your property. I'm done with life.
Don't
He's
look
just
for
like-
me.
And then he hands it to the Yankee, and he told me to give this to you. And
Must be a really good writer.
I don't know, but I love it.
And my number one is Kisara
Really?
because she is adorable.
Mm.
Like the little duckling just following behind Toru. Like, I don't know where we're going, but I love it.
Her story, actually, the reason why she wouldn't talk,
That was
wow.
what
Real
I was
heart-wrencher.
expecting from Toru.
You don't
like,
know how,
darkness wise.
you don't know how many times I looked at Jenny and said, fuck you for putting me in the fields. I was not wanting to be in the fields today. I'm in the fucking fields.
See, this is why we don't recommend Shuffle. It's just
No,
why we
that's a
don't do
killer.
that. Mm-hmm. But
the fields, though.
the whole series I really liked. They have the classic, what is it called? I can't remember the exact word. The morals of the story are basically the same that
Plot.
you'd see from stuff newer today, like rely on friendship, we're here for you, keep working every day to get better, kind of
Yeah,
ordeals.
believe in the heart of the cards. Yeah.
Fight to stay out of the shadow realm, that kind of thing. The only thing I didn't like was in Kisei's story when she didn't know what to do, and the teacher had sent a letter.
Oh, fuck that teacher.
Right.
Fuck that teacher.
But the teacher either didn't know or knew and was just being a moron. But Yuki's advice is what pissed me off the most. And it's probably just the way he phrased it. I know he meant well, but it's hard to find the stuff in yourself that you like, let alone find stuff that you love. But that's the way you keep on going. I'm like, okay, she can't find anything in herself that she likes.
Low self-confidence.
That's understandable. He's like, it takes somebody telling you that they love you for you to start loving yourself. And I'm like, whoa, well, no, you don't need somebody to tell you that that they love you for you to start loving yourself. But I get what he's saying, that even though other people might not see some of the good qualities in you, there will always be somebody that will see the good qualities in you. And it just didn't come out that way.
I understand that, but one of my favorite things is when he just looked, or was it Toru who said it to her? Or it was Yuki, right? That basically looked at her and said, I love you.
Yeah, Yuki told her that right afterwards. He's like, just letting you know, I do love you. I do love you for who you are.
And I think that's what, in my opinion, made that
Right.
that was like one of the first episodes I cried because I was just like, this is
Right,
fuck these feels.
I get his sentiment. It's just, I think they could have worded that a little bit
It
better.
was the writing.
I bet, yeah, 2001 writing. I'll go with that.
That's the only problem I had with it.
Other than that, I really enjoyed this, and I know what he's saying.
5
But-
out of 5.
No, fuck you.
Loved it.
Let's just be honest with ourselves
I've
here.
been honest this whole time.
No, you haven't. No, Mister. I would rather watch Gunslinger Girl.
I have no idea what's going on YouTube. I watched this show and I thought it was spectacular.
Do we need to read more of the text messages?
Oh, here we go. Let's see here.
Vols is
I don't
like-
know where you've gotten these text messages.
Vols is like, I just came in here. I just put my headphones on to record,
And
and
I
I
am
don't know
just
what's
getting,
going on.
like,
Friday, 11:53 a.m. 12 episodes into the 2001 version, and it's just not enjoyable at all. I
So
dozed
out.
off during the pilot and slept through the second episode. Had to start over. Can't
Who
really
said
find
that?
Can't really find any characters I like. This is definitely a rough one.
Well, that's obviously not me because I really enjoyed Toru.
Call back the
and
number.
Sugar.
Call back the number.
Yeah, call
Just
back the
not
number.
my thing. Would rather sit through Gunslinger Girl again.
That's fine.
I don't know how you guys got through this fruit basket nonsense.
That just wow. I don't know who that guy is,
You're-
but that guy is a
You're
dick.
killing the live studio audience. She is dead right now.
She's hurting.
What do you mean? I don't know who that is. I love the show. Like,
Do you want me to say why?
Think I might pull a Christian on this one and just quietly bounce in the corner.
no, I did say that. You got me there.
So I won't say because it's not my thing to say, but this one does hold very, very close and sentimental ties to the person who told us to watch this. Live studio audience, my girlfriend. So
I definitely did fall in love with this show.
I have to admit I did too, and it's probably the first slice of life I've actually watched and actually enjoyed. Because fuck Zombieland Saga.
I mean, it's no Zaki-chan wants to hang out, but it's alright, I guess.
And with that, we are dying on
Wait, wait, wait.
battery.
I've
We
still
are-
I know, but
I've
we
still
gotta-
got more text messages.
No.
We don't have
What are
time.
you doing next? What are we doing next?
Ah,
We got to
yes.
get that out now.
So, we as a group have decided to move to be more relevant with our anime choices. We want to watch more up-to-date things and do more reviews on current shows. So with taking that into account, I have decided to pick Akudama Drive.
Hey, what is that?
Is it on Funimation?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good.
It is on Funimation. It only has 12 episodes.
Oh, thank God it's short.
It came out the end of last year.
Okay, it's relevant.
Yes, it is. It's actually a very, very cool show. I don't want to give too much away about it, but imagine the 7 most badass criminals being brought together, suicide squatted with bomb collars, and sent out on an Ocean's 11 mission.
So the Expendables.
Yes.
But the
Yes.
Expendables were never evil or bad guys.
They
were just
technically
mercenaries.
were. They
They were
committed a lot of
just
crimes.
really old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
committed a
too.
lot of crimes.
And Jay said, "I'm going to take that knife right off."
We got
Chuck
a show.
Norris telling his own jokes like they're just
Yes!
I got bit by a snake once. After 7 painful days, the snake died.
Everybody just looked at him like, that wasn't scripted.
And with that, guys, we're out. We will be back with our next review. Hopefully, it's good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Probably not.